Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Charlotte and I like all things craft and zero waste. So today I'm going to show you what I have been making this week, what I've been crafting this week. I would say that it's not quite a complete failure week, but a lot of the projects I've been doing have not turned out the way I like, but it's always, I don't mind because at least they are completed projects. I push through a lot of them and not everything can work out and you learn a lot through the process. So the first thing I wanted to show, and not everything is a failure by the way, it's just some things I'm probably gonna have to redo, or I don't know what to do with. The first thing I wanted to show is a polar bear. I think in my last update I was talking about trying to use up all my white yarn, which I have from a friend who unraveled the whole jumper, and I said I was going to use up all of that white yarn. And so last week I showed a baby dungaree thing that I made out of crochet. I think it was crochet or knitting. It might have been knitting. I think it was knitting. And I still had some yarn left, so I made this polar bear little guy, who it turned out, well, I think I'm quite happy with how it turned out. So it's just got some stuffing, it's got a little tail, a little nose, nice. The yarn is much thicker than the pattern book I had. I have a crochet pattern book on all these cute little animals, and I thought, well, there must be a polar bear in there, and this is the perfect yarn for it. But the pattern has much thinner, smaller thread yarn, so it comes out differently, and I tried to adjust the pattern to kind of work with this size, and in the end I just kind of made it up as I went along, and the head is probably a bit more pointy than I would have liked, but I still think he's cute. And I just kind of, and you're not meant to wrap around, I put this string around his neck to kind of give him more shaping of a head, which I don't know if I'll keep, but it just gives a bit more neck definition. But anyway, it's a little toy, and yeah, I think he's quite cute. I quite like him. He's not like the best work of art crochet piece that I've ever made, but he's there, and this finished off my white yarn. So that is done, and I'm really happy that I get to use all my yarn up. No wastage there. So that's good. I'm happy with that. That's my polar bear. Made this guy. He's happy. I quite like the ears. I think that's probably my favorite feature, is the cute little ears here. Just kind of curl in. Anyway, the next thing I wanted to show was, so after I finished that one, I had a look in my crochet in my yarn basket, and I had a couple more yarns to work with. I had this really thick blue yarn, which I can't remember what the brand is, but I know I saw it in the shop the other day, and I can't remember what it was, but it's a soft, thick, bulky yarn, and I didn't have too much of it left, so I thought I would make some baby beanie type things. And I found this pattern online, which had these little Mickey Mouse ears, and I actually had enough for two. I thought they were a really cute matching set, two Mickey Mouse beanies. This was more of a newborn baby hat beanie pattern, and I made it in the biggest size. It was like newborn to kind of 6 months plus, and I made it in the biggest size, the 6 month plus one. And I tried it on my niece, who's 4 or 5 months. And it fits, but it looks like a Mickey Mouse hat. You know, it just fits their whole head. It's not quite like a saggy beanie. It's like it just encapsulates the head and it looks like you've got Mickey Mouse ears, which is cute. But it's definitely not for like bigger than 6 months. And I think this one's slightly smaller than this one, and the bigger one just about fit her. So I wouldn't call this a complete failure, but I might unwind these because they're not quite fit for purpose. It looked a bit tight on her as it was. I don't know if I quite like the way it just sat and like It was just like a Mickey Mouse cap, and I was looking for more like a nice comfy hat. Also, the bulky yarn is a bit bulky for a newborn or for a baby. It's a bit bulky. It's a bit too thick. So I might redo it. I might make it, I don't know, I might find another pattern, or I thought just combining the two pieces and making one bigger hat instead. But I think the pattern itself is a bit like a tight cap thing, and it's not really what I wanted. I really do like the ears though. It's like the polar bear ears again. They're like very cute. So I think I might unwind this and to try and make something else out of it. It's not a lot of yarn that I've got left. I want to make something out of it that is satisfying and useful, or I've got something out of it. So that's that. I'll stick with the crochet theme because there's one more crochet item, and this is a work in progress, and I haven't finished it yet, but I think I'll like how this one will turn out. So what I'm making is a heart-shaped pillow. Okay, this again. Well, this is one side, and then I'm making the second heart, and then I'll just join them together and stuff it with some scrap fabric. That's the plan, anyway. Yeah, and then I think again this would be like a cute little pillow to put somewhere. Maybe give it to my niece again. I don't know. I thought it was cute. The only issue or funny thing is, I thought, so you see there's a clear line there, which I thought was the same yarn. I had two kind of balls of yarn, of pink yarn, and I thought they were the same, but clearly it's not. They actually look exactly the same color. I think the difference is that the top part, the part I'm working on now, is cotton, and I think the bottom part, which feels a bit more softer or like thicker, I think it's more polyester. I think it's acrylic. But it's actually the same color. It looks very similar when you look at the yarn side by side, the uncrocheted yarn, but then when you actually crochet it together, it's clearly different. I think the softer one is a nicer color. This one looks a bit like more gray, or it just looks a bit dirty on here or something, but it's just a bit. But anyway, I thought I'll just keep it, and it will be its own little line feature of the thing. When you're doing scrap projects, you can't always choose exactly what you have, so it will be like that. And hopefully I'll get to use up most of my wool, most of the pink yarn. I think I'll have some left over still, so we'll see what I make. Maybe I'll make like a mini heart to go with it. So yeah, that's that. That's the third crochet project, which I'm almost done with. I think I could probably finish it today. It just depends how much I can bother to do, but I can probably finish the rest this evening. So that's that. Now for the biggest fail project. The biggest fail project of the week, but it's a success in that I finished it because I really didn't want to. And I said this last week, I was doing this felted bunny project, and it's the first felting project that I've done. I just didn't enjoy the process. I just didn't enjoy the needle felting. I know some people might like it, but for whatever reason, I didn't quite. And I found it tricky. I'll show you what it looks like. It's not my proudest moment, I will say. This is what it looks like. And I actually think there's some sneakiness going on with the kit because it just doesn't look the same. I'll just show you. Don't judge, I'll just show you. There he is. There he is. Got a little... Oh my god. So, differences. I think the picture, the wool, the brown, is a bit more reddy brown. It's a bit more richy brown colour, and this is more kind of dull brown. That's, I think, a colour difference from the wools that are given. And the other thing is the eyes. Oh my god. It's got creepy eyes, but this one's just nice and solidly black. the instructions did say, oh, you know, why don't you just use you can use some black nail polish to make the eyes darker if you want that effect, which is maybe what they've done here, but I don't know. I don't have black nail polish or anything, so whatever. And then the eyes do fall out. You have to kind of glue it in, which I haven't done. I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do with this rabbit. Like, it's just a bit scary looking. It turned out well in the sense that I finished it. He seems pretty sturdy in structure. I think I was trying to make him as solid as I could, like as sturdy as I could. So maybe I could cut off the wisps. There's a lot of wispy bits, but I don't want this thing. There's a lot of wool left over as well, and I know what I'm going to do with that. There's a lot of wool. But I finished it. That's the one thing. That's the main thing, that I finished this guy. And the kit said it was going to take 2 hours. It's a 2-hour project. That's what it says on the kit. I mean, it didn't take 2 hours. It took at least 4. And I get how, and I stalled a little bit with the ears because they were really thin and flimsy, and I was just not understanding the skill of how to actually felt such a little piece, and that got me really frustrated. But then the rest actually went pretty smoothly. It's just, I guess my skill level is not particularly great, and I was a bit over it, and I just wanted to finish it. But I did. I would call that my little fail, but at least I tried needle felting for the first time and, you know, figured out what it was all about. So there we go. I probably won't be returning to needle felting anytime soon. Although I do have another kit, actually. I have an elephant felting kit. I don't know why when I went and bought this one, I bought 2, because I thought, oh, let's go on a whole experimentation phase, and I don't really know if I have the capacity to make a whole elephant, which actually seemed like a bigger thing. But I mean, maybe in a couple of weeks I'll have the vibes again to try it out, but maybe only if I'm really bored. Anyway, the last thing I wanted to show was, I don't have it here, it's a whole thing, but I'll show a picture of it, and I made a video of it. I made a tutorial follow-along video of it. I made this skirt, which is like it's more of a wrap skirt around the back, which goes with this white kind of cottagecore dress that I got a while ago, and I thought I would make a skirt, kind of an overskirt to go around it, because it feels like it's more of an underdress, and you're meant to maybe add a corset to it, or a skirt or something. So I made the skirt again out of fabric that I still had at home. I'm trying to use everything up. I just have this compulsive need to, you know, reduce my storage. I just don't like things in storage. I don't have a massive flat anyway, so I just try and use everything up. So that was that. That's what I've been doing this week, and I have no idea what I've got planned for next week. I don't know what I want to try and do. I have been looking at more crochet patterns on Pinterest to try and use up the final bits of my yarn, but I'm really doing a good job in emptying my yarn basket. So I don't know what I'm going to be doing next. I'll have to have a think, but I'm sure it'll be something fun. I'm sure it'll probably involve some crochet, because that's always easy to do just in the evenings. I'm starting to gather more paper as well, so I might do another paper making session when I have kind of enough paper. So I might make more paper, and I might do some painting. Actually, I did do another thing. So one last thing I made, I kind of forgot about this, was a watercolor painting. This little watercolor, which is the building where I live. I made 2 versions, kind of one A4, one A5, just because I didn't know which size was better. But I thought it was really cute. This is kind of like an interpretation of the building that I live in. My flat is around the back, but this is the front of it, and kind of a red brick mixed with this yellow stone. yeah, so I'm pleased how that turned out. I'm thinking I might save these, I might print these out as Christmas cards for next Christmas and give it to everyone in the building or the other flats, because who doesn't want a painted picture card of their building? So yeah, I thought that was really cute, and I might do it of the rest of the other flats or the other buildings that my family lives in. I might do that for Christmas as well. Thinking about it, spoiler alert. So yeah, that was the other thing I did. I might do some more painting. I did promise my partner, the reason I did this was my partner wanted me to do this, because he says he wants to have a painting or something of all the different flats, buildings that we've lived in the past. So we've been in another flat before this one, more in central London, and he wants me to paint that one. But I don't have a picture of that yet, so I need to go back there, take a picture and then paint it. So that will be on the table at some point as well. So, and I made 2 versions because I don't know which I liked. Anyway, I think that's enough chatting. I think I've shown everything that I've been doing. We'll see what we do next week. But yeah, thanks for watching.